Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. So out have the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game. But he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
2nd and 6 now. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. He knocked him back across the line.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Penix here from the gun. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevating his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a 1st down. Hurts setting up to throw. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He stays up. Escapes out to the left. He takes it himself. He breaks the tackle. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Eagles don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all set for the kickoff. McClown now returning it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix escapes the pocket. He's running with it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? We'll put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash the defense like that, next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball. You go right over their head.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Penix working from the gun. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Penix. Oh, they're trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Bradley Pinion on down to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punch, and here's another huge one. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts now from the gun. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. He's loaded another one up. This is caught inside the 15. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Caught deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, he gets it back. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become two, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. Uh-oh, it's loose. Live ball inside the end zone. He just kept going their own way, and that's going to cost them. That is a safety. Well, Brock, you know that I like to spin positive. So at the very least, they were able to get to that fumble and only give up 2. Easily could have been 6 there.
Well, why don't you haul down to the field and tell those defenders to be positive, too? Because some of their body language is a little dejected. I get it. You wanted 6 points once that ball hit the deck. But cheer up, boys. 2 points in possession, that's not bad either.
Well, I know it says running back on the roster, Brock, but this guy's having a pretty great start catching the football instead.
It's what the best of them do. I mean, look around the league. These running backs want to get paid, right? They want theirs. Well, catch a ball like this, and trust me, you'll get yours.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference.
Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. First down throwing for Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway. And that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Penix on 3rd down. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Man in motion here. They go play action. Here's Penix. Rolling out to his left. He's on the move.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 42. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Oh, he's going to run for it. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a two-score game early. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Penix. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's keeping it again. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Falcons will have a first. From the red zone now. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Rolling left, buying some time. He's keeping it. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle.
Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons elected to send Young Hui Koo after the field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that drops the deficit down to 13.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Out of the field runs the Atlanta offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Penix now to throw. Finds him on the slant. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. An option give to Robinson. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Back to throw on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. The kick by Lutz is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. He put some juice on a deep... Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons get the football back with great field position there at the 36. 1st and 10 are under Robinson. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Penix now. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Penix on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Here's a counter give to Robinson. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
You know, the defenses in the league today, they have to be so reactive. They have to be so twitchy. But this was a good job by that front. Yeah, they reacted initially, but then they showed the burst, the quickness, the pursuit defensively to limit that counter gain to less than 5.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. And after the dive, they'll be set up with some okay field position here. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. On 1st down, Hurts stays upright, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Here's another carry for Barkley. Finding room at the 30. Across midfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Avery Williams on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, here's Penix. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So it'll be 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing Penix. Completed over the middle. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Zach Bond with the tackle. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He's got this at the 27. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This one returned for 11 yards. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Fielded at the 7. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He completes it in traffic. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Gets himself free. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Hurts now from the gun. Buying some time left. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And this game. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 44.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Here's Penix to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, And the defense reacts.
And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Punting unit out now. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Brings it in at the 12. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. He fires one deep down the middle, and they pick him off again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Robinson on the inside give. And he's able to work this down to the 41. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. A toss now to Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one. Just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing here, Hurts. He hucks it deep off his back foot, and they pick him off again. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons take over as he ties the single-game record with 4 interceptions. He's done it, Brock. He's done it. His 4th interception of the game, and with it, ties the NFL single-game record.
How cool is this? We get to see history made. You got to be close to perfect.
Oh, he lost the football. And the Eagles get to it. And he cruised through the defense for a gain up to the 39. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. They send a man in motion. On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 3 on that game. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 27. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Penix working from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked out by Quinyon Mitchell. Space on the right, and he's got room. And he makes the Hefco. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Another shot now at this extra point. Extra distance, no problem for him as his kick is good. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. McCloud now returning it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Penix now on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Dumps it off to his running back. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd down, it's Penix. Escapes the set. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This is one of those moments that I am just at a loss for words. We just saw a record-tying 12th sack in this ball game. And it really is on two sides of it. On one side of it offensively, well, this has been impossible to block these guys. But, Kate, I have got to celebrate.
No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
He takes it himself. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles continue piling it on here in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Okay, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McCloud now returning it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Throwing the out route complete. It's a pickup of 11, and it's good.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Penix here from the gun. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know what they like to say about sports? It's 90% mental. Well, right now with this runner, after 3 fumbles, it's 100% mental. You got to hang on to the football. It's in his head right now, and it just can't happen.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Defense getting in on the front, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. McLeod now returning it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense headed back to the field. And the last two drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
They get an even 10 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first. Penix now to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes again.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Here's 2nd and 2. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Penix now. Got a man. Robinson has it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness that's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
The Eagles about set to go on offense. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Works the sideline to the 30. Down the sideline to the 45. Down the sideline into the red zone. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Eagles throwing 6 more on the blowout. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Oh, baby. He got loose, and after a few steps, there was nothing they could do to stop him. That, Brock, is the definition of a home run play.
You know, and when you go to draft, sign, or trade for a skill guy, you want him to have that kind of threat, that kind of breakaway speed. You don't always have to be a 4-3 guy on the track. You just have to be a guy that once you get in that open field, there is nobody, and I mean nobody in the building who's going to catch him.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. On first down, here's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up second down. To the air with Penix. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Falcons just want to get out of here with how this one has gone. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Penix. Searches for... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will take possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, a run with Barkley. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Their offense running back out now. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. A bit of desperation on this thing. He's got it deep downfield. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Penix looking to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing Penix. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Hits the 20. take it back for a late touchdown. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles continue adding on to that lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. McCloud now returning it. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So it's an